Well, hello there again. This will now be another final impressions video about a series that ended. It's a series that started in the fall season and continued through the winter season, and the series is entitled Tokyo Ravens, and it aired between 8th of October of 2013 until 25th of March of 2014. It was made by 8-Bit Studio and was directed by Takaomi Kanzaki and written by Hideyuki Kurata. They base this on the light novel of Kohei Hazano that is still ongoing, and also there is a manga that is being written by Atsushi Suzumi. And the genre of the series is action, romance, supernatural, and such. So, basically, this happens in a, let's say, in the kind of alternative setting in Japan, where the power of magic is still present, and there are uh, people called onmyo, the mages that uses or canalizing powers, magical powers, ancient powers, to destroy demons, ogres, and people that has been possessed by darkness and such. And in this reality, we have the main character, a guy called Harutora Tsushimikatu, that at the start he is someone that does not have any spiritual powers, apparently. And he is friends of Toji and Okuto, a girl that basically later on we learn that it was kinda a shikigami that was made by Natsume Tsushimikado, a girl that like him and kinda a cousin of this guy. Because the Tsushimikado, the family Tsushimikado, is a very powerful family in terms of magic, and Natsume supposedly is the heir of the reincarnation of a great mage of the past called Yako Tsushimikado, and Naruto kind of begins or belongs to the branch family and does not have any powers. Eventually, near the end, near the start, they are kind of attacked by a girl, Suzuka Dairenji, that is one of the 12 Division generals in charge of cleansing evil and bad energies and spiritual disasters and such in Japan. And basically, she is trying to use an old ritual of Yaku to bring back to life his brother that died. Eventually, she is defeated, and eventually she disappears from the story. At the same time, Harutora kind of goes to Tokyo to be close to Natsume because he became partially spiritual awareness because Natsume did use some spell that make or allow him to use some degree of spiritual power. And they go to a school, and in that school they met other people like Kyoko Kurahashi or Tenma, Professor Jino Tomo, and others. And Eventually we learn that there is a force called the Twin Horn Syndicate that basically are kind of Yako followers, and that intended to bring back the glory of Yako or something. Um, We have the Tsushimikado, that is one of the most powerful families. Alongside the Tsushimikado, there are the Kurahashi and the Soma, that are the other two families powerful in terms of magic. Eventually, we also learn about that Arutora does have a Shikigami called Kon. That near the end of the series, we learn that she is in fact Ishamaru, one of the two powerful legendary Shikigami that belonged to Yaku Tsushimikado. We have Domain Aisha and a lot of other characters that are very interesting. Um, I like the story, and I usually like the stories that are related with supernatural magic and such. The story is interesting. It connects pretty well because first we have the meeting of all the characters. Then the second part is the fight against the Twin Horns Syndicate, and then the final parts of the series is the battle against the Onmyo agents, and eventually against the Kurahashi, that basically want to Yaku to be revived completely. And during the process, we learned that Arutora was in fact the reincarnation of Yaku, but when he was kid or a baby, he was exchanged by Natsume. Natsume eventually dies, and the series eventually ends with Arutora as with the powers of Yaku. Kind of brings back Natsume from the world of the dead, using the Tuzanfukun ritual. Um, and then he kind of disappears at the end of the series because we see him going away with Kon, now Ishamaru, and with a character that appears sometimes during the series, that is the other Shikigami, very powerful, that is kind of the guard of um, Yako, that is Kaku Gyuki, the one armed ogre. So this is very interesting. The series is kind of intense. It was kind of a shock when Natsume died. The animation is good. I like the animation. The flow of the story is also good, even if there are some aspects that are not completely well explained, or they should have a little bit more of development. But nonetheless, the series is very interesting. Um, so I recommend, if you like the genres related with supernatural, uh, with a good pack of action, and with also a strong dose of romance going on, you should check out this series. It's very interesting. I don't know if they will be doing another season because there are not much published in this. So, because I think that as of now, I think that even the publishing of the light novel and even the manga are kinda at more or less at the same time where the anime series ended. So we will have to see if either in the light novel or in the manga there are new stuff published, and eventually maybe after a couple of time they could make a continuation of Tokyo Ravens, because the series kinda ends with like I say, Arutora going away with Ishamaru and Ukigyuki and all his friends Shizuka, Toji, Kyoko and Tema kinda swearing that they are going to find them, Arutora and Natsume, because we also don't know where Natsume is after being revived. Uh, we see her in a room. We see that kind of the love that she felt from Arutora kind of came to fruition because he kind of say her his goodbyes to her, and eventually he kissed her before he go. So this is interesting. Also, another interesting step that could be happening in the future is that Jin Otomo, the teacher, that fight against Domain Aisha, basically ask Domain to become his Shikigami. So that will also be a plot interesting to see in the near future, I think. But there are some plots that could be explored better in another season, but we will need to have new material published by the authors, either the light novel or the manga. So, rating the series from 1 to 10, I rate the series 8.5. Uh, I do enjoy the series a lot. I like this genre. I think the story is interesting. The characters, I think even so, they should have a better development, at least some of the characters. Um, but in terms of main characters, I think they did a pretty well job in a way, but it's not completely. They also explored too little the Tsushi Mikado family. I think that was one aspect that deserves to be better explored and approfonded in the plot wise of the story. So this is it. So these are my final impressions and thoughts on Tokyo Ravens. Hope you enjoy. Stay well, peace, and see you soon.